Crystal?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, I'll call the meeting to order. We'll convene. We have a budget presentation for Warren County.
Let's do roll call.
Oh, roll call.
Sorry.
Sure.
DeCook,
Here.
Shull,
Here.
McIntyre.
Here.
Perfect. Let's convene the meeting. Budget presentation. Megan, Andrew, please.
Okay. Well, we've got new technology, so I hope that anyone that's tuned in via the Zoom can see the presentation screen. We've got our fiscal year 21 budget presentation. We'll start with some budget highlights. This budget includes capital project expenses for both the Justice Center and 911 communications. This budget attempts to maximize the funding to secondary roads. There's a transfer increase of $280,000, as well as use of the rural service basic for insurance to be able to increase operational funding for secondary roads. There's a 6-cent decrease to the general supplemental levy. We're able to, with increases to the values and steady insurance costs, we were able to decrease that levy rate while still being able to provide good insurance choices to employees. We have a 6-cent increase to the mental health disability levy. This is determined at the regional mental health levy level. There's a 25-cent increase to the rural services basic levy. This is due to reallocation of rural expenses to the rural fund. And a 20-cent increase to the debt levy due to the funding of the 911 communications project and the 2020 IT project, as well as the Justice Center project, but we'll have more details on that in a few screens. Fiscal year 21 budget summary. Total expenditures that are listed here do not include interfund transfers. This is just expenditures. This is line 28 of that publication. And total revenues of $30,468,848 is line 13 of the publication. This also does not include the interfund transfers. So you can see that $26 million in deficit is that capital projects funding. So those are off of the bond funds. When we take away those capital project expenditures, the expenses are actually more $29,876,796. We show a surplus in some of the funds, our general basic and general supplemental. We're replenishing some of those funds that have seen decreases in the past couple of years, as well as the special funds for room and board, record management, debt. Will be showing an increase to those funds. The Department of Management form is by service area, and I know a lot of people like to see that broken down by the department as opposed to the service area that's in that publication form. This is a breakdown of those expenses by department. You can see that the number one percentage, we have 28% of our budget that goes to the engineer. Item number 2 would be non-departmental. However, that department includes the debt payments and the interfund transfers. So if you take those items out of it, it's really not within the top 5. So next up we have the sheriff's budget is 15% of the budget, followed by the attorney's budget, mental health and then public health to round out the top 5. Just some highlights on this one. You can see an increase to the sheriff's fund compared to the original budget for fiscal year 20. We had to do some amendments, and so we increased that budget, and those are primarily due to inmate care and to employee costs. You can see the engineer's budget. Again, I've removed those capital project items, so he's seeing an increase to operational funding. The nutrition program shows a reduction of $89,000. However, that's not, the re-estimates for fiscal year 20 are coming in right around $500,000. So we're actually only looking at maybe a reduction of $10,000 within that budget, and that's due to changes in employment that we have within there. You can also see an increase to information technology. We did a large amendment for projects in fiscal year 20. For improvements to that, and then we increased the fiscal year 21 to maintain those new services. When we break apart the revenues within this budget, these are sourced By category from the Department of Management, property tax is our dominant source of revenue at 59%, followed by intergovernmental at 26%. Intergovernmental includes the use tax, which we receive estimate about $5 million in use tax. This also includes the rollback, the credits from the state, as well as state grants from aging resources or for health services. 7% of our revenues come from other county taxes, which include the local option sales tax of estimated at 1.8 million, as well as about 400,000 in gas and electric utilities. Charges for services accounts for 5%. Those are recording fees, driver's license, motor vehicle fees, those types of income. And use of money is at about 2%, and that's our interest earned on our funds. Miscellaneous income, licenses and permits, penalties, and interest on taxes that are late is less than 1% for our revenue sources. Fiscal year 21 levy rate. Our general basic is at its maximum at 3.5. General supplemental we reduced down to 1.73. Mental health had an increase of about 6 cents. It went up to 0.56. And then our debt levy is at $1.08. Our rural basic is at $2.28. A note on our debt payment, fiscal year 10 was the last time that the county had a debt payment before fiscal year 20. So we went 9 years without any debt levy. And this is a breakdown of what that debt levy encompasses. We have the Justice Center bonds that we've already issued. We have a pre-levy for the Justice Center bonds that we will be issuing. We have the 911 communications project, and then as well as a small note that we did for the IT project for this year. How does that compute for residential taxes? Urban residential, when we look at taxes, there's multiple factors that contribute to what your taxes become. The first is the assessed value. That is the assessment. The assessor's office places the value cost on your home. The residential rollback is issued by the state. When you take that assessed value times the rollback, it becomes your taxable value. When you take it times our urban levy of the $6.88, the estimate for your taxes would be $758. That's actually a decrease of $2 from last year due to the rollback. The state issued rollback in fiscal year 20 was nearly 57%. In fiscal year 21, it's only 55%. So your taxable value is decreasing. I use the same assessed value in my calculation simply because it's an unknown variable that I can't place a value on how much that would have increased between the 2 years. We can do the same calculation for the rural residential. We take the assessed value, the residential rollback is the same for rural residential properties. Taxable value is the same, but we have that different levy rate. The levy rate is the $9.16. We'd estimate around an $18 increase. Looking ahead for the county, and we've seen these the last couple of years, these have been pending items, unknown quantities for the county. State funding of the rollback replacement backfill continues to be a loss of revenue concern that comes up in legislation, it seems, every year. The potential increases to the mental health levy rate as regional fund balances are spent down. That legislation changes every year in regards to what those fund balances can be and when we'll start seeing that increase. We did start to see that mental health levy rate increase this year, and we could anticipate additional increases to it. We anticipate completion of the 911 communication and Justice Center projects within 2 years. And that is an overview of the fiscal year 21 budget for Warren County.
Thank you very much, Megan. Can we open up to public hearing? Do I have a motion to go into public hearing?
Is it time? Are we at 6:10?
Hold on. We're at 6:09. Sorry, we gotta wait a minute. Now we're at 6:10. Cell time. So, do I have a motion?
I think Crystal moved it, now seconded.
Thank you. Vote.
DeCook,
Aye.
Scholl,
Aye.
McIntyre,
Aye.
All right, we are now open for public comment. Due to the situation and circumstances, we are on a Zoom meeting and we do have the capabilities with technology, thankfully, to take public comments. And so the time is yours. If you have any comments or concerns or questions, please feel free to ask the same at this time.
Back into the screen here, it's not cooperating with me. There we are.
I think our technology is now ready, so feel
If
free.
any of the public would like to speak at this time, you can, down at the bottom of your screen, there's a chat box. You can type me a message, or, I'm told that there's a, like a little menu that you have on your side of it that you can wave your hand at me. So you can also do that as well, but if anyone would like to speak now, you can type in that chat box, I can view that and, open your mic to be able to speak.
And I would propose that we give people ample time here. We're in no rush, and so I'm not confident that everything's perfect with technology, and so I want to wait and give everyone all the time in the world to voice their concerns or questions.
Did we have anybody in the, from the public come to the meeting itself today?
We do not have anybody here. I have Jim waved his hand at me. Let me unmute Jim here. Jim?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it's Jim Preeb with Conservation.
I just wanted to say hi and thank you for doing it this way and let you know that I was here.
Okay. Thanks, Jim.
Megan, how many people are online?
What's that?
How many are online?
1, 2, 3.
Says 8 at the bottom.
Okay. We will happily continue to wait because I want to make sure that everyone has an ample opportunity to voice concerns or questions during this time. So the time is yours, and we will continue to give it to you. Who's that?
Aaron, Doug, you let me know when you want
Sure.
to adjourn from the
Yeah.
closed public hearing.
Hey, just for my peace of mind, Jim Preeb, are you still online?
Here, let me unmute him. Jim? You're unmuted.
Jim, can
Yes,
you?
I'm here.
All right. so when we're talking, you can hear us, correct?
Perfectly fine, and the PowerPoint showed up very well on my screen.
Thank you. I'm only asking because I know you and I saw your name on the list, and so I wanted to double check with someone to make sure that the people that are online have ample opportunity to ask questions if they have some. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
That's why I chimed in the first time, was just to let you all know that it was working.
I very appreciate it, sir. All right, public, I'm gonna give a last call with another minute. Is there anyone who has a concern or a question regarding next year's budget? This is your opportunity, at the conclusion of a minute of silence, or a question, we're gonna close down public comment section. Okay, seeing no comments, at this time I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
This is Doug. I would move that we close the public hearing and go back to regular session.
This is Crystal, and I second that.
DeCook? Oh, sorry.
Aye.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Scholl?
Aye.
Okay. Number 5, approve FY 2021 elected officials' salaries.
The resolution reads, whereas the Warren County Compensation Board meets annually to recommend a compensation schedule for elected officials for the fiscal year immediately following, in accordance with Iowa Code Chapters 331.905 and 331.907, and whereas the Warren County Compensation Board met on November 19th, 2019 and made the following salary recommendations for the following elected officials for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2020. The auditor recommended salary $76,461. County attorney salary $132,564.30. Recorder $76,461. Sheriff $110,896.50. Supervisors $40,000. Supervisor chair stipend $500. And the treasurer $78,607. Therefore be it resolved that the Warren County Board of Supervisors approves the following salary adjustments for the following elected officials for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2020. The auditor, $73,961. County attorney, $126,538.65. The recorder, $73,961. The sheriff, $105,855.75. Supervisors, $36,914. Supervisor chair stipend, $500. Treasurer, $75,034. That is a 50% reduction from the compensation board, as well as the supervisors opted to not take their increase, but the $500 stipend is in the resolution.
This is Doug. I would move the resolution as read.
Second.
Roll call.
DeCook?
Aye.
Scholl?
Aye.
McIntyre?
Aye.
Okay. action item number 6, approve fiscal year 2021 budget.
Resolution reads, be it resolved that the Warren County Board of Supervisors hereby approve the fiscal year 2021 county budget as presented and as published, accepted and approved this 24th day of March.
I would move the FY2021 budget as moved and presented.
Second?
Roll call.
DeCook,
Aye.
Scholl,
Aye.
McIntyre,
No.
Okay, motion carries. Number 7, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
This is, second.
Roll call.
DeCook,
Aye.
Scholl,
Aye.
McIntyre.
Aye.
All right, we are concluded. Thank you for your time, all.